I'm blogging Brandy, and this is RVersity, a university for RVers. And I published a video in my van a while back about the water pressure in my RV that seemed to get a lot of attention. So whether you're wanting to take a shower, wash the dishes, or take a poo, no matter what, you're going to need water pressure. I just dealt with this in my new RV, this Thor Outlaw 37 RV toy hauler, and my old RV, which was my van. Thought that I would share with you some of the things that helped resolve my issue, whether you're boondocking or hooked up. Let's go outside and I'll show you what we're working with. The first thing that I wanted to show you is that we're actually hooked up to water here at the RV park. So we have our water hose, which this is connected to the RV. Then we have an extra water hose, which has nothing to do with the water pressure here. This is just to flush our tanks or use. And then of course we're hooked up to sewer and electricity. I had an issue with my RV the other day and the water pressure, and the first thing that I thought was, okay, well, let me go outside and make sure the water is turned on. So you want to first make sure that you've actually turned the water on here at the faucet and that you're hooked up to it properly. So we have our hose hooked up from the RV to the faucet. And one thing that went wrong for me is I had this water pressure regulator on mine and I stopped getting water pressure. And normally I don't need my water pump because the water pressure from the RV park is good enough to give me pressure to take a shower and wash my hands. So this was actually bad. It's my water pressure regulator, and they have a regulator here at the RV park on the pumps, so they told me don't worry about it. But when I took this off, my water pressure was regained. If I wasn't plugged up or I wasn't getting pressure in the RV, I would want to turn on my water pump, which I'll show you inside again. But I have a button for my water pump out here that I can flip on, and that just helps pump the water through the RV. Now, since I'm plugged up here at the RV park, one of the most important things about getting water pressure is to make sure that you're turned on here to city fixtures. So I'm here at the RV park, I want this on city fixtures. If I was about to take the RV boondocking, I would want to first turn this to fill my tanks. And if you hear this tank fill, I'll show you on the other side, is putting water into my RV. So since I'm filling my tanks, this is my freshwater tank. So if I'm gonna go boondocking and I'm not here at the RV park and I want to take water with me, so it's gonna take a while, but the RV is filling up with this water. But this is my freshwater tank in my RV. Well, if you actually want to use the water, you have to turn this knob to normal. Normal, if you're boondocking or not connected here at the RV park, is gonna allow you to have the water pressure in the RV, assuming that you don't have a leak or any other issues. But this was something that took me hours to figure out. But once you're either not on city fixtures, meaning hooked up at the RV park, or not filling your tank or sanitizing your tank, you have to be turned to normal. Assuming that the water is turned on, since we're hooked up here at the RV park, it's on city fixtures, and if there's enough pressure, I won't need my water pump, which I would turn on from this panel. But if I am boondocking, I need to make sure my tank is full and it's turned to normal, and I will need this water pump. Mine can go from different locations, but I would just hit this button that says water pump, and it's gonna pump water through the pipes. It might take a minute to work the air out. That's one of the ways that you're gonna get pressure into the RV if you're not hooked up to a water source that's actually pushing pressure into the RV. If you have your water pump on and it's continuously pumping, that means that it's probably not getting water. So either you don't have water in your tanks or you don't have the water turned to the right setting on the outside. Another thing that you can check is to either replace your faucets and fixtures like your shower head if you're not getting the right amount of pressure, and also to clean them. So over time things build up like lime and residue, and you want to clean these. The best thing you can do is get something like some calcium rust stuff. I got this at the dollar store, and this is just vinegar, either apple cider or white, and you just want to clean these faucet heads throughout your RV to help the water flow over time. In my last RV, my van, I wasn't getting water pressure because my tanks were full, but I didn't have it turned to normal. And in this RV, I wasn't getting water pressure because my water pressure regulator went bad. Now you know some ways that have helped me fix the water pressure in my RV, and will hopefully help you resolve yours. If you tried something else that has helped you, make sure and drop a comment below this video. And as well, you can pick up my top mistakes that most RVers make. I've put a link to that below this video. This is just one of them. So this was simple and stupid, but I've made tons of other mistakes and I'm sharing them with you. So drop a comment below to yours, pick up my top mistakes that RVers make, and make sure you're checking my descriptions for any of the things that I mentioned in this video, because that's where you're going to find them. If you want to RV like a pro, you can always ask someone you know like me. I'm Blocking Brandy of RVersity, a university for RVers, which you can join down below this video as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. So whether you want to take a shower, okay. Oh god.
Action.
Turn the water on. When you come up. Or take a poo. We have our water. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure, this is our sewer hose, so we have an external sewer hose line that we can just use, but this is the water that's actually hooked up into the RV. But you want to make sure that this is turned on. Okay, we gotta start this over because your phone